Kayfabe Wrestling Talk. Handsome Nick Hanlon here. We're here to talk about wrestling. Little double episode. I watched SmackDown and Raw and haven't recorded anything, so I'm just gonna do them both at the same time. Because why the hell not? This is YouTube, people. There ain't no rules. So we're gonna talk about Friday Night SmackDown, June 12th, and Monday Night Raw, June 15th. I'm gonna start with SmackDown because that came first. Just like the chicken and the egg, you know what I mean? So, like and subscribe. Kayfabe Wrestling Talk. Handsome Nick Hanlon here. SmackDown starts with Jey Uso. He's going to win the King of the Ring. He tells Cody Rhodes he's going after his belt. He says, all business. He says, it's all business. And Cody Rhodes says, that's fine as long as that's your choice. Wink, wink. Bloodline interference. Wink, wink. Wink, wink. Right? So, obviously, Cody and everybody is aware the Bloodliner have reformed, are powerful, and Cody knows he's in trouble. Just with that one little comment, he knows he's in trouble. I mean, we might see a double champion Bloodline situation. We'll see. We got Charlotte Flair, Sol Ruca, Valkyria, and Jade. You know, we had some pretty cool stuff in this match, but like, once Jade lost her wig and then wrestled with her hand on her wig to try and keep it on like she's a luchador losing her mask, I mean, it kind of took the steam out of this match a little bit. You know, in Tiffy time, I mean, the only one that was kind of impressive really was Chelsea Green in this match. Yeah, I mean, it was a messy match. I mean, Charlotte did her thing, Valkyria, but really Jade really brought down this match so much. I mean, Soul Snatcher, Valkyria's leg drop to the back of Jade's head. That was really cool. You know, Charlotte comes in, gets the figure eight on Valkyria, wins the match, but I'm telling you, that little Jade mishap kind of took the sales out of this thing. I mean, maybe wear smaller wig. I don't know what the answer is. I understand she's gonna wear a wig, fine, but I mean, even Trish Stratus says she never sees an excuse for malfunctions of wardrobe because you should be aware of possibilities of malfunction of wardrobe. So I don't know. Charlotte wins King of the Ring tournament, moves on to the next round. Yeah, I don't know. Finn Balor joining SmackDown, and several people came up to him. Damian Priest, one of them, does not like it. Obviously, there's some trust issues with Mr. Balor. But anyway, we got Bella and Paige versus Fatal Attraction. And this is another one where one wrestler takes the steam out of the whole match. Paige was impressive. Fatal Attraction was impressive. Bella, I don't know why you're not a manager with your sister. I don't know why you guys are wrestling. You're not up to par. It's really hard to watch. Paige needs to kind of go out on her own. Is my suggestion, because Paige has still got some juice in that tank, or gas in that tank, if you will. I mean, Paige and Bella wins and they cheat again. So who's the bad guy? I mean, Fatal Attraction might act like biatches or whatever, but I mean, Paige and Bella have cheated every single match to win. Wait, what's going on here? What is happening right now? Are we supposed to believe they're the good guys? It's hard for me to believe that they're the good guys. But I mean, I don't think Paige wants to be a good guy, so I guess it makes sense for Paige. I mean, once she goes on her own, I mean, she's gonna double cross these guys and go out on her own because her potential is way higher. Yeah, I don't know. Really funny stuff with everybody trying to pay off Danhausen, I forget, Angel and his tag team partner tried to get them to curse one of the World Cup teams. And then we see Miz come in, and I guess last week he got electrocuted. I missed last week's, and now all he can say is catchphrases from the past. Really funny stuff. He's got like a gray little spike, and it looks like Frankenstein, and he just kind of stands there. Awesome! Ready? Really? It's really funny. It's really good stuff. I can get behind this. Danhausen just kind of laughs at the situation, especially after Kip Wilson gets electrocuted. We'll see how that affects him. But anyway. And we go from something entertaining to Sami Zayn entering the ring, of course. The last good guy. The last good one in the ring for all the real ones, the true fans. Sami calls out Cody to the ring. Sami's a sanctimonious son of a bitch, getting a huge sucks chant. Sami says, all Cody's friends are not his friends anymore, so is it really not Cody's fault? And it's a good point. I mean, they have a little back and forth. It gets real tense. But Sami's got a good point. I mean, Randy Orton, Kevin Owens, Sami. I mean, is Cody the problem? Maybe? I don't know. Cody says, can you hear what you want me to be honest? Can you hear what they're saying? They say you suck. I mean, they're bullying poor Sami, but either way, because you're a whiny person now and not the same Sami. I think he's always been whiny, so he's kind of is the same Sami. I disagree with that. At one point, Sami knocks the mic out of Cody's hand. Cody's very mad. Cody gives Sami a slap for his receipt. This is not the last time we're going to see Sami and Cody, obviously, in the ring, because this is definitely piling up to be something big. They're definitely working on something here. Be very interesting as Sami, Mr. Good Guy, steers away from the good guy and finally wins the belt. I've been saying it for a long time. Just go to the dark side, Sami. Nobody likes you anyway, so you might as well just go to the dark side because you're sanctimonious and you complain. But you're an excellent wrestler, so why are you trying to be friends with everybody? Nobody gives a crap. Obviously, Cody says he's jealous, yada yada. But it was an interesting little back and forth. I definitely enjoyed that one. This is a storyline builder, and I mean, very, very good chance we're going to see Cody and Sami at a pay-per-view sometime soon. I can't doubt it. These guys can go in the ring, so I'd love to see it. Fatu sends Solo a message that the OTC wants Solo to come home. Solo does not like that idea. He says, going back there is like going in the doghouse. And Fatu lets him know if my tribal chief sends me after you, I gotta come get you. Solo says, if the tribal chief wants me, he can come get me himself. I don't know, man. I think we're gonna see a reuniting of all the bloodline, of all the Samoans. I think before the end of Roman's career, we're going to see everybody back together, and we're going to see an incredibly powerful faction for at least a year or so. Bring Solo, bring Talatanga, bring Tama Tonga back into the fold. Man, you got a faction on top of a faction on top of a faction. Again, harking back to the Hart Foundation reuniting back in the Canada versus US days, I believe around 96. It's going to happen. And I can't wait, to be completely honest. I think it's what should happen. Why not? Why not make yourself the most powerful? And why would Fatu do this? I mean, obviously, we're going to see something happen with Solo and the Bloodline. Obviously, it's got to happen. Rey Fenix versus Axiom for the AAA Cruiserweight title. First time defended on WWE TV. Luchadors are taking over. The Luchadors and the women in WWE are the best on the card right now. The matches, anyway, are so goddamn entertaining, generally speaking. Such a good technical match. Reversals, submissions, hard style kicks, incredible. I mean, Rey Fenix running across the top of the rope and kicking people in the head, which he did to Axiom, is just always incredibly impressive. And then, Phoenix has his brainbuster finisher. Amazing. This is one hell of a match. I gotta tell you, Rey hitting that Spanish fly. Somehow, Axiom kicks up. Rey Fenix hits his little pop-up kick in the face, and then a Mexican muscle buster, and ends up retaining. Incredible match. Probably the best match on the card, because most of the matches were pretty messy on SmackDown. A very uneven SmackDown, but that match stands out more. Incredible match. We got, the European technical Axiom. We got a true luchador speed and agility, and Rey Fenix. Amazing match. Gunter says he's going to, his stipulation, because Cody wants to fight him for the belt, his stipulation is Sami Zayn is going to be the referee. What a genius pick after what happened with Sami and Cody early. Amazing pick. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm excited to see that match at Night of Champions, even though I'll be in Montreal for Night of Champions, so that's a weekend off for the podcast. Sorry, guys. I'll probably, maybe I'll watch it and see if I can record on an app or something. I don't know. But, yeah, so he chooses Sami Zayn. Gunter is a genius. Great choice. Wow. Trick and Yachty in the ring. Trick Williams doing a great promo at one point, yelling, "I'm Trick James, bitch!" Carmelo interrupts. Ricky Saints comes down as well. Having Carmelo and Trick Williams in the ring, and then Ricky Saints trying to be on the mic. Ricky, you're not good. You need to up your mic skills to be in a ring with these two guys, because these two guys are masters on the mic. They're just trying to convince Trick to pick somebody for the U.S. title match. Carmelo and Ricky ended up getting in a fight. Trick comes in and just beats everybody up, just to show that he is the most dominant lemon pepper stepper, laying the steppers on some peppers. I'm telling you what. And the new power duo of Tiffy Time and Chelsea Green versus Michin and B-Fab, Jade's cronies. Chelsea Green getting a huge pop during this match. Jade ends up interfering, so it gets Michin and B-Fab the win. Incredibly sloppy match, to be completely honest, with the exception of Chelsea Green. I think I said Chelsea Green earlier. I must have made a mistake or something. But anyway, I'm just going to continue on. But yeah, Chelsea Green's getting some attention. I like it. But this match was botch-filled. I'll tell you what. Tiffy doing botching, B-Fab, Michin. Everybody was botching. Miss Green, you were the highlight of this match. And unfortunately, the match got taken down by some other folks, right? But Kiana James and Julia are now split up. Julia with the blonde hair. They get in a little fight or yelling match in the ring. Julia says, I only need you to help me with English and contracts. I don't need you. So obviously we got a little feud with these guys picking up and Julia hopping into the good guy side and doing the very classic, well, I used to have black hair, so I'll dye it blonde. Now I'm a good guy. I guess that's the direction she's going. Anyway. We got the King of the Ring quarterfinals, I guess. Finn Balor, Royce Keys, Jey Uso, LA Knight. And LA Knight was worried this entire time of interferences from the Bloodline. And guess what happened? Solo interfered, hit LA Knight with a spike. We thought he was trying to get Royce Keys the win, but Jey Uso ends up 5-star, and Royce gets the win, moves on to the semifinals of the King of the Ring. I mean, LA Knight was right. I mean, what are you gonna say? I mean, it was a pretty fun match. It was chaotic. Jey Uso moves on. Solo left with his foot in his mouth, unless it was on purpose. I don't know. But the semifinals, I mean, we got Evans versus Jey Uso and Oba versus Dom on Raw coming up, which I'm going to talk about obviously in a minute. So that was SmackDown. SmackDown was a mess, kind of a mess. I mean, there was a couple highlights. I'm really excited for it to come down to that 2-hour mark. I think 2-hour mark will be nice for them. I think they got a little too much time to fill over there on SmackDown, to be completely honest. I think it's better with a match-driven show on SmackDown, and Raw's a little more storyline, I guess. I don't know. I've thought that forever. I mean, I kind of think, well, I mean, Raw is now like 2 hours, 20 minutes, because I guess it's on Netflix without commercials. And then if you watch SmackDown on Sunday, they do edit it down to 2 hours, so I usually try to wait till Sunday to watch it, because 3 hours is a long time to watch. That's just my opinion. Next, we got Raw, June, what was it, June something? What is it today? June 15th, 2026, Monday Night Raw. Should I do the whole, welcome to Kayfabe Wrestling Talk. This is where you come to hear how wrestling should be talked about. Now we're going to talk about Monday Night Raw, and make sure you like and subscribe if you like some of the things I'm saying, or if you don't, I don't care. Just like and subscribe. It helps me out. Bloodline starts Raw with like a really long segment, like 15-minute long segment with, Jay and Roman acknowledges Jay and Jimmy. He says there wouldn't be a bloodline without these two guys. And then Jay and Jimmy are all upset because Fat 2 won't listen to him. And Roman goes up to Fat 2 and asks, are you not going to listen to Jay and Jimmy? He says, no, I will only acknowledge my tribal chief. And Roman goes, good, we don't want yes man here. And that didn't really rub Jay and Jimmy the right way. Roman ends up giving Fat 2 his own Ulafala. It seems like he's moving up the ranks pretty quickly in this little bloodline situation. As they're leaving, he does mention, we want you to understand, Fat 2, you're not an outsider anymore. Bloodline is forever. Wild Samoans, Yokozuna, Rikishi, they were the bloodline. We're the bloodline. When our kids are tag teaming in 20 years, that's the bloodline. Uso's not happy, but they pointed the finger up for Roman still. Now, the big story here is on the way out, Eric Andre's in the crowd, who's in a movie with John Cena and Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes, I guess, Street Fighter, and he's in that new John Cena comedy thing. He shakes Roman's hand, shakes Jimmy's hand. Jay won't shake his hand. He kind of slaps Fat 2 in the back, and then he touches the Ulafala. Fat 2 don't like him touching the Ulafala. Fat 2 brings Eric Andre into the ring, headbutts him many, many times, starts going to the top rope, and Adam Pearce, everybody's just, no, 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 no. And Roman tells him to get down, and Adam Pearce is like, just have him get down. And then Roman says, take him out. Hits the splash on Eric Andre. Ouch. And then he says, do it again. And you can see Adam Pearce. Why? Fat 2 hits the splash again. Eric Andre is probably sore today, I'm guessing. Yeah. He got 2 splashes and many headbutts from Fat 2. I don't even know if he felt the splashes because I'm pretty sure he was knocked out. What a great segment. What a great way to build the story. And some stuff happens later where, Roman wants the twins, as he calls them. He wonders why nobody's shut LA Knight's mouth up, right? And Jimmy tries to come out and talk to him. And then Jay comes out and everybody starts coming or fighting because LA Knight's not going to listen to anybody, And here comes Fat 2 and he hits that chokehold. And he says, you guys couldn't handle it, so I'm going to handle it the Tribal Chief's way, the OTC way. And then, later on you see them talking, and Tribal Chief is very happy with how Fat 2 handled the situation. He took LA Knight out. And LA Knight needs to stop calling out groups of 10 or 5 or whatever they are. I mean, they're just a big group. LA Idiot is laying on his back again. He wasn't happy about his SmackDown loss because he predicted how it's going to go. Well, if you're going to predict how it's going to go, maybe you should get some friends, keep your eyes on your back. There's no rules in a 4-way match, so nobody broke any rules. Just curious what you mean about that. He wanted Adam Pearce to reverse the decision or something. I don't understand it. LA Knight, you're dumb. We got Raquel Rodriguez against Io Sky, King of the Ring semifinal. What a great match, a short match. Rodriguez, really showing her power in this match. Io Sky using her speed to make comebacks. Io gets the win, but man, this was a great match. I want to see these two fight. They're such opposite styles, but such good chemistry together. What a great match between these two. I love Raquel Rodriguez. It would been nice if she won, but I love Io too, so good on her. She hit the over the moon moonsault and gets the win. Incredible match. And Io Sky is moving on in the King of the Ring. So Liv tries to flirt her way to get Danhausen to curse Oba Femi, I don't think Danhausen understands. All he wants is human money. He wanted to be in her video. He wants more human money. And then also songs written about him. Liv was trying to flirt with him. He didn't understand what was happening or care. I'm not sure. All he wants is human monies. And then they showed a huge vignette of Danhausen and how he helped the Knicks and how he's really famous in New York now and how he's probably got a really fat bank account right now, I would assume, because he is incredibly popular in their biggest market, New York. New York, he's all over the news. He's mainstream. I mean, Danhausen's been in WWE for like 3 months or something, like not long. And to the moon, Alice, to the moon. Very nice, very evil, very valuable. Chad Gable versus Rusev and Chad Gable's Luchador Apology Tour. Yeah, Chad Gable makes Rusev tap. What a good match. Chad Gable versus Rusev. I mean, I'd like to say speed versus power, but I think Chad Gable's just as strong as Rusev. Man, those belly to back suplexes are incredible. Chad Gable is like one of the best wrestlers, in-ring wrestlers. He's finally getting some attention as well. But he's always been one of the best talkers, wrestlers. Strength-wise, like pound for pound, this guy's got to be the strongest guy on the roster. So nice to see him finally getting some attention. He's been in WWE forever. I remember when I first heard him talking with he had that long hair. I'm like, this guy's going to be big. It took a minute, but I mean, he does have the first 5.75 star rating on Wrestler Observer or whatever Dave Meltzer's magazine is, and he hates WWE. So, it's a good match when even Dave Meltzer says it's a good match. But I guess it wasn't really in WWE. That being said, Rusev, Ethan Page tries to beat him down. Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee saves him. They all shake hands. Huge pops. I mean, good, huge pops. We got Roxanne Perez versus Charlotte Flair. Roxanne's whole job is to soften up Charlotte for her Liv Morgan semifinal match next week. And she did a good job. I mean, she ended up losing. Charlotte pulls out the win, but she really messed her arm up early, really smacking it against the ring post and really focusing on that arm. Great storytelling, actually, in this match. Charlotte Flair could barely even get up, and when she was putting on the figure eight, she could barely bridge because that arm was taken out. And I think that's going to affect her against Liv Morgan. That's Roxanne's whole job. It wasn't to win. It was to soften her up, and I think she did a great job of that. Good match. We got Logan Paul and Austin Theory coming out and telling Javon Evans he has to be in the Vision, I guess. They asked him, and he said no, and then he said, well, we're telling you have to be. It doesn't happen. Logan Paul's injured, obviously, so Javon Evans just takes his overpants off. He has wrestling pants underneath. He doesn't just take his pants off, but takes his pants off. Austin Theory and him fight for a minute. Braun Breaker ends up spearing Javon as he's coming off the top rope for the OG cutter. Really cutting this match down, which with Austin Theory really sucking the excitement out of the match isn't a bad thing. We got Obi versus Dom, and I thought Dom was going to win this. I thought Dom was going to pull it out. And if Liv could have got some human monies to Danhausen, he might have won, but unfortunately, I mean, Dom does get, gets a nut shot on him, 2 619s on him, hits a 5-star. He gets a 1 count, and then, Dom's in trouble. And then Oba just overpowers him, destroys him, hammers him to the ground. Now, storyline-wise, though, at the end of the match, he calls out Brock Lesnar and says, I used to be, look up to you, now I'm not even sure if you're a man, because he thinks he's too chicken to come to the ring and talk to him. Or deal with them or whatever they want to do. But I highly doubt. Obviously, Brock Lesnar is going to interfere in the King of the Ring finals, which is going to be Oba versus either Jey Uso or Javon Evans. So it's pretty obvious that we're going to see Oba, Femi, and Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, because this King of the Ring is you fight at SummerSlam for the belt. So I'm pretty sure Jey Uso is going to win the King of the Ring somehow. Brock Lesnar interferes. I don't know how he's going to interfere with it. The ref's seeing shenanigans always take place in wrestling. But I really have a big feeling Jey Uso is going to win, and he might even win the title. And we'll see the bloodline with 2 titles, and that will cause some friction with Roman Reigns and Jey Uso. And then they're going to fight for who's the leader, and then there's going to be sides taken. This is probably when Solo's going to come into play. So it's going to be interesting to see. I mean, maybe Roman will get double belt again by beating Jey Uso once Jey Uso wins the belt. I mean, if Roman can be double champion again, I mean, that would be... I mean, you just might as well just put him on the Mount Rushmore right now. I mean, that would be insane. I mean, this faction's going to get too big for its bridges eventually, and obviously we got a lot of egos, especially with Jey. Really, I mean, he's called Main Event Jey Uso. He's the right-hand man of Roman, and I mean, once he gets the title, I don't think he's going to want to be a right-hand man anymore. So maybe there'll be a triple threat match or a 4-way match with Solo, Jey, Roman, and Fatu. And then whoever wins gets the belt, and everybody's got to follow who wins. And then Roman wins. And then everybody's got to follow Roman. And that's how he reunites the bloodline completely. I don't know. You heard it here first, folks. If it happens, I said it. Kayfabe Wrestling Talk. This is where you come to hear wrestling should be talked about. I know this is a longer episode than normal. Wanted to get it popped out for you folks. Let's go! Kayfabe Wrestling Talk. Like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye!